So it's been a tale of two vettings. The first vetting of Justice Esiedu Adibo mainly focused on legal education in the country as well as other reforms of the judiciary. Indeed, the Member of Parliament for Medina, Francis Xavier Sosu, had been asking questions regarding some undertaking that the General Legal Council has asked students who are seeking to enter the Ghana Law School should be signing, whether or not it's legal at all. Well, the justice has been given an answer that if such students are dissatisfied, they can head on to the Supreme Court or any other court of competent jurisdiction and get some answers.
As for the measures which have been introduced by the General Legal Council in respect of whether a student has a right to, ask for remarking or what have you, that does not stop any student, in my view, from going to court to seek redress.
The vetting of High Court Judge Justice Gayewu, who has been nominated to go onto the Supreme Court, has mainly focused on his affiliation to the ruling New Patriotic Party. In 2016, he served as the NPP parliamentary candidate for the whole central constituency. According to Minority Leader, his appointment signals President Akufo-Addo's intention and his plans to pack the court, the Supreme Court, of partisans.
Having been appointed a judge at the High Court, just at the beginning of a career, you are elevated and fast-tracked ahead of your superiors from the same High Court through the Appeals Court to the Court of Appeal. And Chairman, let it be said on authority that we have expressed to the Supreme Court, we have expressed concern that that can be a disincentive to other judges who have played their part in public service to serve our country in that capacity at High Court, who are not being recognized. Because in your CV, you indicate that you ran for the New Patriotic Party as parliamentary candidate in 2016, then from there onwards to High Court judge, then to the Supreme Court. That is not to say that we haven't had instances where somebody serving a political party have been appointed into the Supreme Court. But the appointments such as yours give the notion of partisanship creeping into appointments into the high office of the Supreme Court.
But Justice Gayewu says no, that is not the case, and that before he was appointed onto the High Court, he resigned from the New Patriotic Party.
Luckily, I'm not a member of the NPP. For now, I'm no longer a member of the NPP. I've sworn a judicial oath to do to all manner of person justice. That is all. My Lord, if I'm empaneled, and to the extent that, well, it will conflict with my ideas, I may ask to be recused.
So which party will you vote tomorrow?
The nominee just told us he's not a member of the NPP. When did you resign from the NPP? Or have you resigned from the NPP, and when?
This is your fourth question. I ceased to become a member of the NPP on the 16th day of September 2020, the year 2020. Yes, I resigned. That's a formal resignation, and it was received and signed by the party.
Well, the NDC MPs on the committee have still been pressing whether or not he will be fair to NDC if they ever appear before him at the Supreme Court. This is the last batch of nominees who have been vetted to go into the Supreme Court. Yesterday, Justice Barbara Akayensu was also vetted, as well as Justice George Kingsley Kumsin. The committee will wrap up its work, and it's expected that when Parliament resumes next week, they will present their report. It is not clear yet whether the NDC MPs on the appointment committee will be voting to approve, particularly Justice Gayewu. My name is Kweku Asante from Parliament House in Accra for Joy News.